What's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 8:26 a.m. Thursday morning, March the 28th, 2024th year of our Lord. And man, it is a beautiful morning. Just a few clouds here and there. The temperature's supposed to be up in the mid-70s today. It's currently 56 right now, and but it's very muggy. And which is fine, you know, it makes it where it's not so doggone cold. But I've got one job on the list today. I've got a pine straw job to do, and then once I get done with that, I'm gonna come home and do maintenance on my mowers. I say maintenance, I'm just gonna sharpen blades and scrape decks. And once I get done with that, I'm gonna ride around town and put door hangers out, man. Try to be proactive and try to do what I can and grow my business as much as possible. But this pine straw job is probably going to take me 4 or 5 hours, I would imagine. It's not a very big job, but I've got to weed the flower, or I got to weed all the beds, and then I'm gonna spray all of them just to get what I miss. And then all these beds have borders around them, so I'm gonna remove the borders, put the pine straw out, tuck it and roll it, and then I'm gonna put the borders back. So I imagine it's probably gonna take me 4 or 5 hours to do. It normally don't take me but about an hour to do the amount of pine straw that it is. It's 11 rolls of pine straw, so about 1,100 square feet, a little more. And but I'm just giving myself 4 or 5 hours because there's so many borders that I've got to remove and replace. And but it's all good, man. I'm charging for the spray, and I'm charging by the hour. I estimated it by the hour, and plus I'm charging for the pine straw and the 25% upcharge for shipping and handling. And so I'm gonna make good money on it, and of course I'm gonna time myself on it. I'm not gonna screw the woman out of her money. I'm not gonna charge her for more than the amount of time that it takes as far as the labor goes. So it's gonna be a good day, man. It's a beautiful day. Woke up, felt good this morning, talked to Jesus for a little bit, and it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a real good day. Of course, any day you're not working a full-time job is a good day, right? But I want to share my plans with y'all for this year. And I don't know if any of this is going to happen this year. It's really just going to depend on business. But my business plan, there's several big purchases that I want to make, and I have an order that I want to do that in. And my first big purchase is to buy a 7 or 8 by 16 enclosed trailer. That way, because I need a trailer bad. I need a new trailer bad. For one, this trailer, it's a single axle trailer, and you know, that axle is a 3,500 pound axle, but you've got to think that's just the axle. That doesn't mean the trailer is rated for 3,500 pounds. The trailer itself probably weighs 600 to 700 pounds, maybe even more. And then when you throw 2,000 pounds of mowers on there, that's my 61, 36, and the push mower. And then if you throw on the equipment racks I have 2 blower racks, a sprayer rack, and the trimmer racks. And then I've got three pieces of stick equipment on there. Got 2 blowers, a line spool, and a backpack sprayer that probably weighs 200 pounds when it's full. So yeah, you do the math. I need to get a new trailer, and it's probably going to cost me anywhere from $3,500 to $7,000, depending on if I can find a decent used trailer or not. I prefer to buy used, seeing as how I'm just starting out full-time in my business. I'd like to hold on as much of the funds as I can, but if I can't find used, I will bite the bullet and go out and pay cash for a new trailer. But that's the last thing I want to do. And also, I am planning on getting a walker either this year or next. It just depends on how fast business picks up. It just depends on my funds, and it depends on how quick I can get an enclosed trailer, because I am not buying another mower until I get a bigger trailer. But I do need a walker, and you can use a walker for more than just cutting grass, guys. You know, of course, you're not going to put it on a raggedy, weed-infested lawn or a lawn that's loaded down with stumps and roots or anything like that, because you don't want to mess up a $17,000 to $20,000 mower or spend the time to unclog it and everything. But, you know, of course, you use it for collecting grass clippings, and they hold a ton of grass clippings. They really do. And you can also use it for leaf cleanups in the fall and in the spring or in the winter, you know. But as long as you're dealing with lush manicured properties. So that's the first two big purchases I want to make. And you're looking at anywhere from, I don't know, $23,000 to $30,000 just in those two things alone. And like I said, it's really just going to depend on how business goes over the next 2 years, over this year especially, but also the next year. But I'd really like to have one by the end of next season. And then after that, I'd like to get a dump trailer, because as you know, I do a lot of tree work and I do a lot of large bush jobs, and for things like that, a dump trailer would make my life a lot easier than you know, because you've already got to load the trailer with the debris, but then you would be cutting down on your time of unloading the trailer. All you have to do is back up to wherever you're dumping, open the gate, mash the button, mash it again, or well, mash the button, pull forward, mash it again, and get out, shut the gate, and drive back to your home base or to your next job. So yeah, I want to invest in something like that, and the price range on that is so wide. You know, you depending on the size you get, I'd like to get a 7x14 dump trailer with I'd like to have 4-foot sides. I don't know if I'll be able to afford something like that or not, but I'd like to have 4-foot sides so I can fit more in there with a rollout tarp over the top of it. But just depends, man. You could spend anywhere from $8,000 to $19,000 on a dump trailer, a good dump trailer, you know. So the price range is very wide on that. You just have to shop around and get the best bang for my buck. You know what I mean? And then after that, I would really like to get a long bed work truck, something like an F-250, a gas burner, maybe an F-350. And I say I'm not really wanting to get a half-ton truck. I'm wanting to get a 3/4 or a 1-ton truck gas burner. And the reason being is because the suspension is beefed up, the frame is beefed up, and normally when you get something that size, you've got a stronger motor and a stronger transmission to be able to haul around the amount of mowers that I'll be hauling around. And but I like to get something not necessarily used, but something that's pre-owned with less than 50,000 miles on it. And yeah, because I really don't like using this F-150 to work out of, man. I'd like to have a dedicated work truck, and I'm fine with just standard equipment, windows that you have to physically roll down, locks that you have to actually pull up or push down, mirrors that you have to manually adjust, seats that you have to manually adjust, steering wheel all that. I'm fine with all of that. As long as it's got an air conditioner and a radio and there's plenty of room with a long bed, that's really all I'm after. Preferably, I'd like to get something white, something that looks like a work truck, something that I can either letter up or get a wrap job on it and just be done with it. And the price range on that is very wide, depending on what you wind up getting. And but there's that purchase. That's purchase number 4. And then purchase number 5, I would like to get, after I get a truck, I would like to get a dump bed insert. And the reason being is because before I have a truck or anything like that, I would definitely by that point have a walker mower, and it would just make life so much easier if I could just, when the walker's full, the hopper's full on it, just empty it out into a bin and dump the bin into the dump bed. And once the dump bed fills up, whether it be at the end of the day or the end of the week, whatever, once the dump bed fills up, just go to the dump it out, not have to worry about it. But you're probably looking at, I don't know, 60 to 80 grand worth of equipment that I would like to purchase for my equipment. And I would like to have all this done within the next 3 or 4 years. But like I said, man, I've got to take baby steps a little bit at a time, and I'm just going to let God guide me. I'm going to let him grow my business as fast as he chooses to do. And so, and also, moving forward, I really do one day want to get to a point where I have good employees working for me. And maybe even one day get to a point where I can step out of the field and just manage, not micromanage, but just manage my business and let the guys do their thing, let them be more comfortable without having the boss man on the job site with them, give them their list for the day, their route for the day, send them on, pay them a decent wage, a very livable wage, and provide a few jobs, and just have me out selling jobs, doing estimates, quotes, things of that nature, and have my wife or someone else doing the clerical end of everything. And get to a point where we can provide jobs for people in the community, maybe have 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3 trucks going, and just grow, grow as much as God will let me grow. And but at the same time, not lower my price for anything, not budge on any of my prices, and pay every employee I have a very livable, but not necessarily a competitive wage. I'm not worried about what everybody else is paying their employees. I want to pay everybody a fair wage and a livable wage. I believe that everybody should be paid what they're worth. But I'd like to be able to do that one day, man. But the thing about it is, before I hire anyone, I want to get to a point where I have a backup for everything. I have made all the big purchases that I want to make. I have a backup for every piece of equipment that I have. And I also have enough money in savings that I can replace any piece of equipment that I have. And if I have to, replace every piece of equipment I have at the drop of a hat. And I know that's asking a lot. That's a very tall order, and that's a lot of money to have saved up. But it is possible. I'm not saying it will happen, but I would like to be at that point. But I want to say it was Tim McGraw had a song, and in that song he said, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. So the moral to that is, you never know what God has in store for you, and you never know what each day is going to hold. I could go out today and be putting this pine straw out, and the right person ride by and see me, and my phone rings and I have 200 or 300 properties that they want serviced every week. So you never know what'll happen. You really don't. So, but the main thing is, for right now, I just want to take baby steps, grow as much as I can, as fast as I can, and with growth comes new purchases, and with growth comes employees. So, but yeah, I'd honestly like to be at that point that I just said within the next 10 years. And I would really like to have a very good reputation with everybody in the area. And I'd like to have a good, solid business with 2 or 3 maintenance crews going, and possibly a project crew going at the same time, and just have a good, solid, legitimate business that I could pass down to my son or to my grandkids one day. And just want to create something for generations to come. And I also want to be able to create jobs and income for people in the community that want to work for a small Christian family-owned business. But anyway, guys, that's my business plans moving forward. And you know, these are just plans and hopes and dreams, and nothing is set in stone. And everything could change at the drop of a hat. But for right now, I'm thankful for what I have, and I'm thankful for the amount of growth I've had in a short period of time that I've grown, and I owe all of that to the Lord. But anyway, man, I hope you all have an amazing day. It's supposed to be beautiful here in the Augusta area for the weekend, and if I don't see y'all anymore this week, man, I hope y'all have a wonderful Resurrection Sunday and get to spend plenty of time with your family. Get to go hunt you some Easter eggs, and I hope the Easter Bunny brings you a basket full of candy and all kinds of other goodies. And I hope y'all get to eat some good food. But anyway, man, I've got to get on the road and get this pine straw done, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But until then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.